I was about 2 weeks away from being 7 when King was shot, and Martin Luther King. And I remember the day like clearly. And I lived in D.C. and I was outside when all the commotion started. So I was outside with my brother. So I'm almost 7. He's almost 6. And the city just like blew up. It felt like somebody just like a bomb just went off. It wasn't quite like that, but it felt like it went from quiet to like rattled everything all at once. And then my brother and I, little boys, we were standing outside watching it all unfold. You know, people were breaking into stores, and I could see the smoke from the buildings in the background on 14th Street. We weren't very far away from 14th Street where all of the commotion was taking place. And I was just standing there in shock looking at it. I don't know if shock is the right word, but certainly in deep curiosity looking at what the hell was going on in my city. Because before that, everything seemed to be cool, you know, and then after that, it just got really, really bad. And so what shocked me the most, I think, it wasn't what the people were doing. It was my mother's reaction to King's death. Like, she was so hurt. Like, I was really close to my mother. You know, when a little boy, I felt like I was attached to her leg or something. And I got home and she was crying and just like distraught because King was dead, you know. And then I found out why. And so it really was because he was black. And at 6 years old, almost 7, it didn't make sense to me. I was a little boy and it didn't make sense to me. And I remember looking at my hand and like seeing my skin color and like just it, like knowing that I could die or that someone would harm me just because of my skin color, and it made no sense. So I think that's the place that it started. Like I didn't want it to be like that when I was 6 or 7 almost. I didn't want it to be like that, but I couldn't change it. It was just the way that it was. And so that was my first shock into American racism, and that bullet that hit Martin Luther King, though it did not hit me, it wounded me deeply, deeply wounded me. And I feel like for much of my life after that, I was in like a psychological fetal position